Hi everyone, to a breezy bank holiday. Yeah, it's Sunday and it's a breezy one. Yeah, so we're hoping to have a wild camp tonight, but depends what the wind's going to be like. Around my house it's gusting up to 40 miles an hour, 20-25 mile an hour winds. Mile an hour winds I should say, so I'm not too sure. The nearest forecast could get to here is about the same, but we'll see what it's like. Anyway, let's continue to wander and see where we end up. See what the old muffler's like on the camera. I'm not sure where I'm going to end up. I've pinged an area off the map, hopefully in the opposite direction of the wind, which I do need to check because I thought it was coming from the west, but it's right in my face. So we'll see. If it is ridiculous, then we won't get the tent out, we'll just have a walk, but you'll know that before you started watching this video. Anyway, let's keep going. Breezy though, after last time I was out on a perfect summer's evening. But it's nice to be out, and this has definitely blown the cobwebs away. Nice to get out the wind, and it started raining, but the forecast did say we'll get rain from late afternoon. So I'm just chilling in a place on the map that's called Langdon Castle. Not too sure what it is. It's an old sheep place. Now I have stayed up on that fell before, but because the wind is battering down this way, it is to the west now. I'm going to head on my map. I plan the route up and around that valley there, hoping that way to get out the wind and follow the river along. Never been along there. On the map there is no footpath, or there might be a very, very small one. Where I'll find it or not, I don't know, but that's the way we're going to head, and hopefully we'll get out the wind that way. I'm just going to give it about 20 minutes though. It's only about 4:45 to see if these fast moving clouds blast over or whether the rain's in for the night. Right, as I said, I'm going to head up that valley there. Wind's coming this way. I can see a couple of gates the far side of the river. Name of that river which we followed is along here somewhere, or I gave it before, but we've got to get across all this, which is pure bog, so I think we'll get wet feet. Load of bees out, it was last time. Anyway, let's get out the wind and let's head this way. Right, we're across that bog. I'm going to head up this valley. Still windy, but not as bad, hopefully, as what it would have been if we'd stayed that way, gone any higher. So we are going to be low tonight. I'm not going on to any summit, so there won't be a view. There is a place a couple hundred metres up here, about 1.5 km, that I've located on the map. We'll see what that's like. But the Forest of Bowland is renowned for being rough. But what is good about the weather being like this, and it's kind of gone from that hot spell to rainy and windy, is I've got the place to myself, so you can't complain, can you? Yeah, I'm just walking up and down the river on both sides, trying to find somewhere decent, somewhere out the wind, because the wind's kind of, I don't know if it's going into here, coming round and coming this way. It is what it is, and first time I've really been out in wind. I've not brought my windometer out with me, but we'll try and find somewhere sensible to put the tent, but we're low, that's the main thing. And we should have a pretty view of the stream anyway. Anyway, just walking the banks, trying to find somewhere decent and comfy for a tent, because it's very rocky. Yeah, I've moved about 4 times because I'm getting attacked by bees. I don't know if they're coming from the ground. I remember once in a house I owned in Southport, I had a bees or a wasp nest that was underground. So I've come to a spot that's not brilliant, but it'll do. It's come up to 6:30, and it's sunshine's come out again, but it's super windy, and then the grey clouds bomb over. But the clouds are going the opposite way to the wind, so this bowl I'm in is kind of throwing the wind like straight through my head, i.e. that way, coming from behind me, when the clouds, if you can see, are coming from the west. And there's one of them bees coming for me again. Getting slightly annoying, so I think I'm going to get a tent up shortly, because we are forecast rain. I keep feeling drops, so we're going to finish this can, then we'll get set up, and then we'll get in the tent, I think, away from these bees. Right, she's up. I've got my bees still interested in everything, and my shins, but she's bouncing about a bit, so I really need to get the guy ropes down. Right, I need to concentrate on yeah, let's concentrate and get the tent up in this wind. Right, I just got in before the heavens opened and the wind really kicked in. I'll try and show you around later. There is a mod for the Vern 1 which I've done on the either side that's facing the wind, just to strengthen the poles. And I've made a boo-boo because I have got another set of poles. So the wind that it's going to be tonight, and it's the gust really, 40 mile an hour gust, that I've hit the tent a few times already. I should have double poled, but I'll be all right with the mod I've done, and with the guy ropes it's solid. But it's a good test for the Vern 1, that's why I spent money on it. I'm not out, I don't normally come out in weather like this, but I had to get out this weekend. We can't always have the perfect sunset and sunrise. Sometimes you've just got to sit in the tent when it's pouring down, but I enjoy it when it's like this as well. I first used the Vern 1 when I did Great Glen Way in February, but even though it was cold, it was benign, perfect weather. I think this is the first test it's really getting. And this is the mod that people do, just to give these poles a bit more support here, because I think they were going in when it first came out, they were collapsing. You've got to have them facing the wind, so the wind's blasting up and down this valley, even though the clouds are going that way from the west. I think this bowl's just kind of catching it. I don't think I've been out in the rain with it yet either, bar a few little squalls. Yeah, but it just went rock solid as soon as I put the guy ropes on, so I'm pretty happy with it. But that squall that lasts about half an hour really battered the place, but it's nice. I'm really enjoying it. What a place to be. Look at this. At least them bees are gone with that rain. Absolutely, look at that, it's lovely, isn't it? been quite dramatic watching how the grey clouds have come in underneath all the blue clouds. The wind hasn't let up. Yeah, it's been quite dramatic, so I think I'm in for it in a bit. But I want to get some food on shortly. I think we'll batten down the hatches, batten down the tent. I'll get some food on. Yeah, it's really seems to be changing the weather now. That side, hopefully, I've got a bit of blue. Behind me, it's all bleak, and the wind is getting bad again. The gusts are picking up, so it's. I think it's time to batten down the hatches and get the tent properly batten down the hatches and get the tent and get my dinner on. But it's been a lovely night, really has. A lovely afternoon. I was apprehensive about coming out today with the weather, but I'm glad I did. And what I haven't told you, this week I've also done a couple of walks as well, which was nice without doing videos, not just me walking. So that was nice as well. Yeah, but it's getting a bit grim here now. Could always have the nice weather. Yeah, so for dinner, again, it's the B&M noodles. With bits and bobs. I'm going to throw in some chicken in there as well. Yeah, denim is nice. You can't beat that for £2. The little box of noodles and bits and bobs and flavours, and some chicken for £1. It'll do £2 for a camper meal. Can't complain. Gonna have a cup of coffee now. We're gonna settle down the tent and relax. Right, we've got one of them gusts again with the squalls. So I think I'm going to get into my night clothes. Might as well. Back up my tent. I'm in my night clothes. What I do like about the Vern Wombo, for a one-person tent, you've got tons and tons and tons of room to get yourself sorted out and administrated. The vestibule's absolutely massive, and the living space kind of goes in a little V, so you've got tons of room, which I really like. I don't know, we're going to get a perfect evening. We've got them clouds there, then unlike before when we had sunshine that way, we've got sunshine that way now. So yeah, it is what it is on the hills tonight. It's doing its own thing, which is fine. It's been absolutely a perfect night. I was very apprehensive about coming out today. Excuse me, good hiccups because of the wind. Very apprehensive. But if you've got the right gear, I'm fortunate to have the Vern one. You know, and you set it up correctly, you're going to be fine. Yeah, I'm not into just coming out and surviving. I like to enjoy myself. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, I'm really enjoying the night, and the back of my bloody bandana's flapping in the wind. I'm going to brush my teeth now. I'm going to watch some programme on TV. Look at the wind here. You don't know what it's like, the wind. The camera doesn't do it justice. Anyway, yeah, brush my teeth, and I'm going to settle down for the night. Right, just taking a break in the rain and the wind. It's kind of died down for a second. So I've just come out for a call of nature, check the guy ropes, then I'm off to bed. Okay, I'll see you on tomorrow. Good morning. It's a wet and wild one this morning. Pretty windy, the squalls still keep blasting in. And it was like that through the night really. But I slept pretty soundly. It's about 5:20 now. So I was going to have a coffee, a snack bar. There's nothing to hang around for weather-wise really. If not, it's just going to deteriorate. And then we'll get out of Dodge. Morning again, just gone 6. I'm all packed up. That's why I brought my winter rucksack out, so I could just throw everything in. I managed to get everything packed in between the squalls in the tent, and I just dropped the tent now. I really enjoyed that. Despite being the weather forecast of the wind and the rain, I went to sleep about 10 o'clock, and I think I woke up at 4:30 needing the loo, but I couldn't be bothered going because I set my alarm for 5. So I slept. It was nice. The tent did very well, didn't hear it move. Very quiet. Really impressed with it. So that's the first time, even though I've had it out in the winter, I've used it in anger really. So we're going to go back exactly the same way we came in. Back along the valley to Langton Castle. Hit the 4x4 track and follow that all the way in. Okay then, yeah, it's squally. The wind's died down, which if it's true to form means another squall and rain's incoming. So I want to get across this river and I'll sign off at the castle most probably. See you later. Right, that's me back at Langton Castle. Just so I can get to this end out the wind. Ooh, that's better. We'll hit the 4x4 now. We'll follow that all the way back to the car. It was lovely to get out. It was nice to get out on the old Vern one as well. Lovely to get out on that, and it really held up well with the wind and the rain. Anyway, I'm going to head off home. See you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. As usual, stay safe.